Hey, good morning. This is Meir Walensky with Driving Markets. Hope you're well. Okay, so we've got the new corona mutation which frightened the whole world on Thursday and Friday. Thursday was Thanksgiving, Friday was Good Friday, and the US market fell 1,300 points. That's the Dow. The Nasdaq was down, S&P was down, all European markets were down and looked like it was going to be cataclysmic. And over the weekend, the indication of the weekend futures was down also another 500 points. And then came out the wonderful news that the actual vaccine will be able to cope with the new virus called Omicron, if I remember. Can't remember how to pronounce it. And everything's fine. And then the futures jumped up and the market's all rosy. And this morning all looks green, etc., etc. Well, I personally don't believe any of it, just to let you know, and I think we're in for further corrections, which means further downward spiral. In my opinion, you should be continuing to go short, and you should stay short if you are short. Again, everything I say on this particular video is an opinion, so I don't want you doing something then find out that Meir Walensky said and go and sue me for all your losses. We don't want that to happen, do we? Absolutely not. So you need to trade carefully. What are you looking to do? You're probably looking to take out a short position for a swing trade. Swing trade is a longer trade than day trading. You look at the market, say, okay, I'm going to open this position and I'm going to ride it out. You ride it out until you get to the level that you want to see fit on your particular market. So if you're selling the Dow or selling the FTSE or selling shares or going short, whatever you're going short on, pick a level that you want to close out your position at and take the profit. I do see further downside as far as the market's concerned, just to let you aware of that. I think it's going to go down much further in my opinion, so you can act on that, not act on that, it's totally up to you. You've got US job figures out this week on Friday, the non-farm payrolls. Again, that'll be a big indicator. I personally expect them to be better than expected, and if everything was normal, the market would move. However, with the coronavirus and with niggling inflation just sitting there in the background, waiting for interest rates to go up, I think a strong figure could put more pressure on the central banks to raise interest rates in January or February, and it looks like there'll be more than 2 rounds of interest rate rises in January. In 2022, there'll probably be some maybe even 3 rounds of interest rate rises in 2022. Overall, remember that when you trade, always trade a small amount with a large amount of capital. Every professional trader will tell you that. I'm telling you that because if you trade a small amount, so you open up a small position and have a lot of capital in your account, then you can ride out the storm. And there's many cases where sometimes a position has gone against you. It's gone against you for quite a long time, and then it turns around and comes back in your favor. If you had too big a position, then you would have been closed out and you would have realized a loss. And realizing a loss just makes it twice as hard to get the money back later on. What else have I got to say? Gold's an interesting one. You might want to look at gold. I think personally gold's going to go to above $2,000 an ounce. I think also silver's going to creep up as well. Oil probably is going to come off a bit. It's tried to peak at 85, so you might see some downward pressure on oil, especially if the corona proves to be more aggressive than so far it has. And that's more or less it. So remember, when you trade, only trade with regulated firms that are licensed and regulated, whether it's the UK FCA, whether it's the European licensing, or whether it's the US. Wherever you're trading, make sure you trade with a regulated firm. Always make sure that your trading is small. If you need to get a hold of me, you can contact me on WhatsApp, you can contact me on LinkedIn, contact me on YouTube, Twitter, what else? Instagram, Walensky Meir, and that's more or less it. So this is Meir Walensky with Driving Markets. Lesson for today is to trade small with a lot of capital and take your profits when they are there. Always take your profits. Have a good day and good luck in your trading.